Well, I finally caught up on some of the smaller projects, so I've got the truck in here jacked up because I was hearing a noise from the rear brakes for several months, and I decided to finally look at it. And here is what I found. I have no friction material left. Looks like this spring on this side actually broke and then rattled around in there and took all the friction material off both shoes and kind of screwed up the drum there. So that's why she wasn't stopping so good anymore, but I've gone ahead and I've got brand new brakes, new shoes, new springs, new wheel cylinders, and I got some new drums too. So we'll be throwing that in. I already kind of started on the other side here. Got the brakes off and I got the wheel cylinder in, so I'll finish that one up. Then I'll come over to this side and start on this. And I suppose I'll throw a new stud in there while I'm in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and deal with that issue. I think I'm going to need, I have a new bracket, so I'm going to have to put that in, but yeah, it looks like it might be kind of a pain to change out. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'll put new bracket and new bushing on this side, and if it goes easy enough, I might do the other side. It's not as rusty as this one, but I'll start with the brakes and then move on to this and probably change the oil too. I'm sure it needs it. Well, I've got this side of the brakes all done and together, and I started working on this side, and I got it all apart, and I got the new wheel cylinder in, and I'm going to go ahead and replace that stud. And I didn't buy one because I figured I got a whole bucket of studs over there, and I figured I had the right one. And I do have one that has the same threads, but unfortunately it doesn't have the right size knurled end on it. So now I'm going to have to go out to the red truck, take the wheel off, take the drum off, and see if I can pummel them studs out. But sure enough, as soon as I figure out I don't have a stud, it looks like it's going to rain out there. So I don't know if I should load up and get out there or just wait for this to pass, but yeah, that's my luck. So we'll figure it out. Alright, I got this other side finished. I got the brakes bled back here. I got my other stud in, which is nice. And I didn't even get rained on, even though it's still kind of cloudy and nasty out there. I avoided the rain, so these are all together. Now, the question is, do I want to tackle that right now or do I want to do it later? I don't know. It's Memorial Weekend. I might just relax. We'll see how far I get. I might get ambitious. But at least the brakes are done. Yeah, the more I look at this thing, less ambitious I feel. I don't know how I'm going to get that nut off, but I sure got to get it off. And yeah, rust is not a good thing. I can see through to my floor, and then over here I can see straight through the fender. So I don't know, maybe I'll just try to scrape that rust off and soak her down with something, and maybe try to move it a few times a night. If it don't move, I'll just let her sit and get after it tomorrow. I don't know, but I'll scrape that off and see what I can do, I guess. Probably do that bolt too. Of course, if that one don't come out, I can just cut it off. But this one, yeah, I can't cut it off because it's attached to the arm, so I got to get her out of there. Well, I ended up getting at least somewhat ambitious and finally got that nut off the back there. I ended up having to heat it up with my little torch, and then broke it loose with the big wrench, and then I worked it back and forth there, tightened it up, loosened it up, tightened it up, loosened it up, until all the rust came off them threads, and it kind of made its own, I suppose. But it's off of there, and I can get it back on when I'm done. So I also went ahead and I took that bolt out of the top there, so that's out of the way. Now I just have to grind these rivets off. There's one there, and then two underneath here, and then I should be able to get rid of that that whole bracket and put the new one in and we'll be good to go. Well, I finally got that stupid radius arm bracket out of the way. It was actually so rusted it came out in two pieces. There's supposed to be another piece right here. But yeah, she's Swiss cheese. Not so good. I got that out of the way. Nice and opened up. So now I can go ahead and throw on my shiny new bracket, my new bushings, and then she'll be done. Well, it took some doing, but that new bracket and the new bushing is in, finally. Throw the tire on this thing and this truck is done. Now, I probably will do the bracket on the other side, but I'm not going to do it now because it's, well, it doesn't look like Swiss cheese like the other one. It's not nearly this bad, so I'm not worried about it falling off or anything. The bushing's kind of toast, but I really don't care. It's not going to fall off when I'm driving, so I'll probably do that in the future. No real rush. But throw the wheel on this thing and I can get her back on the road.